I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. So we continue with our histories. We just read about the reign of Ammon and his father Manasseh. Remember, Manasseh reigned the longest of any king, and he started out one of the most wicked men, but the last half of his life he strived his best to follow the Lord. Ammon was wicked and was killed in a conspiracy. He was assassinated, and the people make his son Josiah king. So now we are going to start reading about the reign of Josiah, and this will begin in 2 Kings chapter 22. We're only going to read the first two verses, though. Josiah reigns in righteousness in Judah. Hilkiah repairs the temple and finds the book of the law. Josiah sorrows because of the wickedness of his fathers. Huldah prophesies wrath upon the people, but blessings upon Josiah. So this chapter contains a lot about the reign of Josiah, which is why we're only reading the first two verses. So let us read those. Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jedidah, the daughter of Adiah of Boskath. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, and walked in all the way of David his father, and turned not aside to the right hand nor to the left. So that will cover the first 15 to 18 years of Josiah's reign. He was 8 years old when he began to reign, which means he was born when Manasseh was king, because Ammon only reigned for 2 years. So Josiah was 6 years old when Manasseh died. He probably has some memory of Manasseh. Not much, but he probably has some. And then his father dies, and he is made king when he is 8 years old. I think he's the youngest king in all Israel. I can't remember Joash, he might have been 7, but I think Josiah is the youngest king. And he seeks the Lord. He does that. He is again, compared to David, walked in all the way of David. So he was a righteous king. But that's all the information we're given. So now, we're going to turn to 2 Chronicles, chapter 34, and we're going to read the first 7 verses. The heading states, Josiah destroys idolatry in Judah. They repair the house of the Lord. Hilkiah finds the book of the law. Huldah the prophetess reveals the desolations to come upon the people. Josiah and the people covenant to serve the Lord. Somewhat slightly different details, as is usual between Chronicles and Kings, but let us read these first 7 verses. Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 31 years. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, and walked in the ways of David his father, and declined neither to the right hand nor to the left. A little bit different wording here, but basically what we read in the Kings. There's not any extra detail here. So let us continue. Verse 3. For in the 8th year of his reign, while he was yet young, he began to seek after the God of David his father. And in the 12th year, he began to purge Judah and Jerusalem from the high places, and the groves, and the carved images, and the molten images. And they break down the altars of Baalim in his presence, and the images that were on high above them he cut down. And the groves, and the carved images, and the molten images he brake in pieces, and made dust of them, and strode it upon the graves of them that had sacrificed unto them. And he burnt the bones of the priests upon the altars, and cleansed Judah and Jerusalem. And so did he in the cities of Manasseh, and Ephraim, and Simeon, even unto Naphtali, with their mattocks round about. And when he had broken down the altars and the groves, and had beaten the graven images into powder, and cut down all the idols throughout all the land of Israel, he returned to Jerusalem. Couple notes. Where it says here, and the images that were on high above them. These are images worshiping the sun. These are, as it says in the footnote here, sun images. Now this is all happening in the 8th year of his reign unto the 12th year of his reign. So he takes 4 years. And he doesn't just go through the land of Judah. It says he goes up north, and he destroys all their idols too. Now I'm not sure why he would do that, but it says he goes into the land of Naphtali. Now, Ephraim and Manasseh are in the south, well, they're on the border with Judah. Simeon is inside Judah, but Naphtali that's on the northern end. So, not sure why he would go do that. But that's what we're going to read. This is the first 12 years of his reign. And it says when he had reigned 8 years. So he's 16 when he starts this, and he's 20 when he finishes it. Seems to me that during those first 8 years, since he was 8 years old when he became king, he most likely had a kind of regent or advisor that ruled in his name, and he just kind of was learning the ropes. He was learning what was needed to be done. And about the time he was 16, that's when he felt that he was now prepared enough to take over ruling the kingdom completely. And that's when he starts his first round of religious reforms. During the reign of Josiah, there will be a couple of prophets that will prophesy, Jeremiah being the primary one. But there's also Zephaniah, and I think Habakkuk also prophesies during Josiah. So we're going to, because we just covered 12 years of Josiah's reign, we will start reading a few chapters of the prophets before we continue in Josiah. And then we will read a little more of the histories, and I'll see you there.